How to build self-discipline. Most men talk about discipline like it's some kind of mysterious secret, but Miyamoto Musashi didn't think about it, he lived it. He was Japan's most feared samurai, undefeated in over 60 duels, and he built his entire life on one principle: mastering yourself before the world ever can. If you've ever struggled to stay consistent, if you've started strong but always fell off, this is a lesson you've been missing. Musashi's path wasn't about motivation or hype. It was about structure, focus, and simplicity. And when you understand how he lived, you'll see that discipline isn't a trait you're born with, it's a habit that you forge. But before we dive in, listen closely. If you're serious about building unshakable discipline, not just watching motivational videos, but actually becoming the kind of man who follows through every single day, then join my private coaching program. Inside, I'll personally guide you through building the mindset, structure, and accountability system that keeps you locked in no matter what. It's not for everyone. It's for men who are ready to lead themselves. You'll find it at the first link in the description or the pinned comment below. Let's talk about building self-discipline the way Musashi did. Because once you master yourself, no obstacle stands in your way. 1. Embrace the path of self-control. Musashi's life was built around control, not of others, but of himself. He called this path the way, meaning your daily actions are your training ground. He believed every moment was a chance to sharpen your blade, physically, mentally, and spiritually. You want to build discipline? Start by eliminating negotiation. The second you start arguing with yourself, should I get up? Should I train today? You've already lost. Musashi didn't debate his habits, he lived them. His strength came from routine and repetition. The modern man's weakness isn't a lack of potential, it's a lack of control. You let comfort dictate your choices. You scroll instead of study. You rest when it's time to grind. You choose ease over growth. Musashi would have seen that as dishonorable. Discipline begins when you stop chasing comfort, when you decide that the man you're becoming matters more than how you feel right now. You're not training for today, you're training for who you want to be in the next 5 years. Self-control is freedom. It's the ability to act regardless of emotion. Once you understand that, you stop relying on motivation and start relying on consistency. That's what Musashi mastered, and that's what most men lack. 2. Reject distractions and attachments. Musashi lived like a monk with a warrior's discipline. No clutter, no unnecessary attachments. He understood that every distraction weakens your edge. Today, most men can't focus for 5 minutes. They have notifications, comparison, and instant pleasure hitting from every single direction. Musashi had none of that. Yet he still saw how even simple comforts can rot a man's focus. He wrote, "Do not let your mind be clouded by the things of this world. It doesn't serve your attention." That means if it doesn't serve your mission, it doesn't deserve your attention. You can't be disciplined while entertaining every impulse, every scroll, every argument, every wasted hour. It adds up. Distractions aren't harmless, they're slow poison. Simplify your life, create boundaries around your attention. You don't need more time, you need fewer leaks. Musashi's minimalism wasn't just aesthetic, it was strategic. He cleared everything that didn't serve his purpose. If you're serious about discipline, start by cutting the distractions. Build a clean environment, both digitally and physically. The less you have pulling at your attention, the more you can direct your focus towards mastery. Remember this, your future depends on what you ignore just as much as what you pursue. 3. Endure pain without complaint. Musashi didn't just endure pain, he sought it, not out of pride, but out of purpose. He knew that every man who avoids discomfort stays average. He slept outdoors, he fasted, he trained in silence, because pain builds resilience. Pain is the test that separates men from boys. Every time you face it and keep going, you strengthen your will. That's discipline, doing what's required, especially when it's uncomfortable. Today, most men run from difficulty. You want results, but without the struggle. You want the body without the diet, the business without the grind, the discipline without the discomfort. But Musashi knew pain was the price of mastery. He once said, "Today is victory over yourself of yesterday." That means your biggest opponent isn't anyone else, it's your own comfort. Every time you resist the urge to quit, you win. Every time you follow through on a hard task, you grow. Don't brag about the work. Let your results speak. Don't complain about the progress. Use it to sharpen your edge. Discipline isn't built through talk, it's built through endurance. And if you're ready to harden your mindset to stop running from discomfort and start using it as fuel, then join my private coaching program. I'll teach you how to design a system that forces growth, builds resilience, and keeps you consistent even when life gets tough. You'll find it in the first link in the description or the pinned comment below. Remember, pain is not the enemy, it's the teacher. 4. Live by principles, not feelings. Musashi lived by a code, 21 rules called dukotu, the way of walking alone. These were not suggestions, they were laws he held himself to every single day. Most men fail because they live based on emotion. You feel tired, you stop. You feel discouraged, you procrastinate. You feel lazy, you avoid accountability and responsibility. But Musashi didn't operate on feelings. He lived by discipline and principle. If you want to build true discipline, create your own code. It doesn't have to be fancy, just consistent. I don't miss workouts. I finish what I start. I don't waste time online. I keep my word. Those small rules build identity. When you stick to principles, you stop asking, how do I feel, and start asking, what needs to be done? That's the shift every man must make to earn self-respect. Your emotions don't define you, your actions do. Musashi understood that mastery meant separating feelings from behavior. When he entered battle, fear or fatigue didn't matter. That's how you should live. Build a code, live by it daily. Let your standards define your identity. Musashi's discipline wasn't luck or motivation, it was built on principles that never changed, by the way, no matter what life threw at him. Musashi's life proved that discipline isn't about talent, it's about control. He wasn't the strongest or the fastest, but he was consistent, focused, and unstoppable. He mastered himself so completely that no external force could break him. If you want to live that way, where nothing distracts you, nothing weakens you, and your focus becomes unshakable, you must start building your own way. Don't rely on motivation, build systems. Don't chase comfort, chase mastery. You can start by reading the book of Proverbs in the Bible. It's a powerful book that'll show you how to live the most effective life. You'll never regret being disciplined. You'll only regret the moments you give into weakness. The truth is, most men will never experience the peace that comes from being fully control of themselves. But you can. Start today. Be the kind of man who acts with consistency, who trains when others rest, who stays focused when others waste time. That's how discipline turns into strength, and strength turns into freedom. And if you're ready to take this seriously, to develop real consistency and structure that transforms every part of your life, join my private coaching program. You'll find it in the first link in the description or the pinned comment below. It's time to stop consuming and start building. Musashi's legacy wasn't built in comfort. It was built through daily discipline, through choices to rise above weakness. That's your challenge now. Discipline is the true weapon of a man who's already won the war within.